Hey everybody, I'm your host Cal, and I'm here to talk to you guys about drawing characters.
Before we begin, I just want to remind you that all art shown in this video is drawn and owned by me. Whoever steals it, I will find you, and you'll wear a sign that says you stole it. I'm not joking. In my last video, we talked a little bit about the principles of character design. The ideas behind character creation and the different ways of doing it, be it writing the character out or drawing it. Today, we're going to put some of those concepts to use by actually drawing a character.
That's right, you guys get to watch me draw a character.
In order to draw a character, here's what you'll need. A pencil, a pen, a notebook, and your trusty drawing glove, and of course, caffeine. But before you draw a character, there are some things you need to consider. First off, what pose you're going to draw them in. Basically, this is the position or stance that they're going to be shown in. Usually when you have to choose a pose for a character, it has to fit either the scene or the character's traits. I know it seems trivial, but it's really not. Just as spoken language can say a lot about what's going on and who a character is, body language can tell you even more. Choosing a pose for a character is important because it should reflect who they are and how they're reacting to whatever situation they're in. The right pose in the right situation can tell you all you need to know about a character. Whether they are good or bad, what their job is, how they're feeling, what they're thinking, and all of that. And just like people, characters tend to have their own unique stance that is different from every other character's. Sure, there may be similarities and times where everyone is using the same stance, but generally, you want to draw characters using all sorts of different stances. It makes them more unique and adds a level of depth to the character that they might previously have lacked. If you do it consistently enough, sometimes the audience will be able to tell one character from the other specifically by how they stand. Have you got a good idea for your character? Good. Let's get to work. Let's go over the stages one more time, while I'm crying in the corner. Start by sketching out the character. You don't need to be hyper detailed in this one, just get a rough outline that's pretty close to what you want to have happen. Once you've got the general outline down, you can start adding some finer details. Once you've got the sketch looking exactly how you want it, it's time to ink it out. I like to use my Marvula Pen technical drawing pen, which I've mentioned in other videos, for this purpose. The idea is to trace over the lines that you've already got. If you need to add any more new lines, it's probably best to work more on the sketch before you think about adding them with pen. Once you've got everything looking the way that you want it, and you've got all the lines that you need solidified and inked out, then you can start adding in the details. Shading, surface scratches, cracks, things like that. Here, you see me drawing a helmet design. Notice how it's not hyper detailed or anything like that. I'm just going over the basics and blocking it out. Now that I've drawn this helmet, I realize that I hate it, so I erase it. Again, this is why you use pencils instead of pens to start out. Now that I've dealt with the abomination that was that helmet, I decide to do something else. I'm going to draw a robot. Once I have the main areas in the sketch blocked out, I'll go into the details that make the robot more complex looking. I'm just about done with the sketch in this area. Looking good so far. Now that I've gotten this far, I take a break. And now I'm back, this time with pen. This is the inking phase. I do this pretty carefully, because if I screw up with this, there's no going back. Now the inking phase is done. I erase all of the pencil lines, and then I'll get started on the details, after a quick break. Last but not least, we have the details phase. Here you see me very lightly touching the tip of my pen to the paper. This is what I call dabbing. It's useful for creating grime, surface scratches, and other sorts of things. Essentially, it's a bunch of dots mixed together. The combination of this effect creates a more worn, realistic look. The idea is that this bot has been used before. It's an older model, probably has seen a lot of wear and tear. So therefore, it will be a lot more mucked up than a factory standard one that just came off the assembly line. I also do some shading in order to give the machine some more depth. Once this stage is complete, the character will be finished. Here we have the result, an awesome looking robot. I really like how this robot turned out. I think I'll end up using this in one of my later projects. It'll be a great addition to either the scenery or the storyline. Want more art tips? Leave a comment or subscribe, and be sure to check out my art tips playlist for more videos that I've done. If you want to see more art, visit my DeviantArt page. The link is in the description.
I'll see you next time, art peeps.